Could you share some of the success stories of professionals who have benefited from your coaching? What were their goals and how did you help them achieve their goals?
Yeah, I absolutely have some great examples. I'll give you one. I was very fortunate and still am to be working with a very young person who was a salesperson, really, really good at what he does. And he wanted to be the sales manager. And although he's young, his company said, okay, but you need to learn more about business. You need to learn more about what a sales manager is supposed to do. And they didn't have the time. They're in an entrepreneurial growing company to sit with him every day and train him, but he was totally trainable. So I'm his coach. We meet regularly and we go through everything that he needs to know. And we talk about issues on his team. We talked a lot about recruiting, a very successful team. He has a nice group of people he's working with. If he has an issue, I mean, when you're a sales manager, you're kind of managing up and managing down. So that has been extremely successful. They have grown a ton. He's exceeded expectations every quarter since we started. So I'm kind of proud of that. Lawyers, I find them very funny. They want to get new clients. So a lot of times they'll be out doing speaking engagements or writing articles and things like that. And I coached a lawyer who was very, very good at what he did in the courtroom and very accessible to the press. So every time he would do a case, he'd say, call the press for me. And we would call the press and let him get some airtime and get his face out in the community. And then he'd say, well, maybe I need to go do some kind of speaking engagement. So I would book him to talk about things that lawyers know, like negotiation skills. So he was really, really fun to work with and really good at what he did. And I can give you one more example. Wealth advisor who, they love finance, they love money, they do like relationships, but they're not always out there trying to drum up business. So they're trying to figure out what makes them different than everybody else. And I think the first thing we do is really talk about who do they want to work with, because they don't want to work with everybody. First of all, everyone doesn't have money. And second of all, a lot of people will say, I want to target professional females, or I want to target business owners, or I want to target family money. So we really go through a lot of identifying the best target market. How are they going to become a good educator to those people where they trust them and want to invest in whatever they do? So there's a lot of back and forth discussion on who those people are and then how to reach them.